analyzing Nadeshot's gameplay in Marvel Rivals. I want you to understand that the time right now is 7:12 from the time of me putting this. It's the time of me putting this video together. I came into this stream late and never seen a Nadeshot stream, so I tuned in just to track him and analyze him with AI to see if I can see any form of Eomm again with another streamer, and sure enough, I did. So we're going to tune into the clips for that, and you're going to see it firsthand. And yeah. So as you can see, the time is 2:47. When a player in an Eomm game takes a break after experiencing win-loss, loss-loss sequence, the behavior could influence the matchmaking algorithm upon their return. Here's what might happen next. Algorithm reset. Taking a break could signal the system that the player may be disengaging or frustrated. The algorithm might adjust to provide a more favorable match, likely a win, to re-engage the player and encourage them to continue playing. Fresh start preparation. After a break, the system may view the player's return as an opportunity to reset their engagement metrics. It might balance their match to restore confidence or test their current mood. Match slightly tilted toward their skill level. Data from past behavior. If the player has taken breaks before, the system could factor in how they performed after prior breaks. For an example, if they usually win after returning, the system might set up slightly harder matches. If they tend to lose, it might favor a winnable match to rebuild momentum. Predictions for next match. The next match is likely designed to be easier. If the system detects potential frustration or disengagement risk, the match might be set up to ensure a win. Moderately challenging. If the player's engagement level is still stable, the match could test their skills, but not as punishing as previous losses. In most cases, Eomm systems aim to re-engage the player after a break by giving them a win or a balanced, rewarding challenge. He just loaded into a match. The time is 2:48. It's Spider Islands, Tokyo 2099, Competitive Convoy. This is where I am going to prove that modern gaming is fucking rigged. So we will cut to the part that we need to see. And there it is. The win. Just like I said. Just like I fucking said. The win. Alright, so let's pull up ChatGPT. Player 1. If the player won their next match after returning from a break and experiencing the sequence win, loss, 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 here's what's likely happened in the Eomm system. Reward for returning. The algorithm may have designed this match to be easier as a way to reward the player for coming back and ensure re-engagement after their break. After 4 consecutive losses, the system likely determined that a win was necessary to prevent frustration and maintain the player's motivation to keep playing. Win-loss ratio management. The win might be part of the effort to nudge the player back toward a target win-loss ratio, 50%. This is a common goal in Eomm systems to balance perceived challenges and reward. What to expect next? Given the new sequence, win, loss, 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 win, the matchmaking algorithm might proceed in one of the following ways. Increased challenge. If the player seems re-engaged, performing well, playing consistently, the next match may be harder and test their limits again, possibly leading to a loss. Or a balanced match. The system could now try to alternate win-loss patterns to maintain engagement, resulting in a closer, more competitive match. The player engagement and performance metrics will heavily influence what happens next. If they show signs of persistence, the algorithm may lean toward keeping the challenges coming. So that's what AI has to say. All right, so the game is now 2-2, so AI decided to make this a more challenging experience for Nadeshot. That's exactly what it just did. Now we're going to see if it really pushes the bar by giving him a loss here. So it ended up going the other way. So the The system decided that he needed to lose. So it gave him the win for returning, right? And now it gave him a loss. So match was more challenging for player. And he lost. If the player lost their next match after winning, resulting in the sequence of win, loss, 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 win, loss, in an Eomm system, here's what likely occurred and what it signals. Testing engagement. The system likely viewed the win as a moment to re-engage the player and test their tolerance for challenges again. By increasing the difficulty, it assessed whether the player remained motivated despite the loss. Now, he just re-queued up for another match. Maintaining balance. The algorithm aims to avoid long streaks of either wins or losses. After breaking the loss streak with a win, it shifted back towards a challenging match to restore balance. This maintains the sense of fairness and keeps the player striving to improve. Pacing the experience. Eomm systems often use alternating patterns, win-loss, after streaks to stabilize engagement. This loss might have been calibrated to make the player feel that victory was within reach, but still challenging enough to push them to try again. With the current sequence, win, loss, win, loss, the next match is likely to be more balanced. The system may try to offer a winnable match, avoiding frustration from consecutive losses. Easier match. If the player shows signs of potential disengagement, reduced performance, or longer breaks, the system might reward them with a win. Predicted sequence. If the player remains engaged, the sequence might involve in something like win, loss, win, as the system alternates outcomes to keep them hooked while maintaining a sense of progression. So the AI is saying that this match right here is a goddamn win. The time is 3:28. Okay, so we just hit overtime again. The time is now 3:49. See what happens here. Is AI correct? Are they about to win this match? That's what it looks like. As soon as Captain goes down, that's it. That's over. That's game. Yep, that's game. So AI was right. That's a win. So now we can add that to the column of wins. So AI was correct. So now we can come down to the GPT chat. Player 1. If the player won their next match after the loss, resulting in a sequence win, loss, win, loss, win, in an Eomm system, here's what the indicates about the algorithm strategy. Engagement management. By introducing a win after a loss, the system reinforces a sense of reward and motivation to keep the player engaged. The alternation of loss wins suggests that the system is stabilizing the player's win-loss ratio while keeping matches competitive. Controlled momentum. The win was likely calibrated to feel satisfying but not too easy, as a way to maintain a sense of progression without making the game feel, trivial. The goal is to balance the challenge and achievement so the player stays invested. Preventing frustration. After the earlier losing streak, the system is likely cautious not to frustrate the player too much. The win ensures the player doesn't feel stuck in a negative cycle, reducing the risk of disengagement. With the sequence now at win, loss, win, loss, win, the system will likely introduce a harder match to prevent the player from feeling the game is becoming too easy. The next match may lean toward being more challenging, increasing the likelihood of a loss. Nadeshot here is going to show you his losses. And you know what's funny is that I have a very similar outcome. I'm going to tag the video right here to your right. Go ahead and check it out. Same exact outcome. 2 wins with fewer or more defeats in between after going on a win streak. I'm Uncle Rot Charm. Do you still think that your games are not rigged?